Good Friday evening, everybody. David Paul here in the KHOU 11 Weather Center. Haven't had any change to this forecast since Wednesday. Models have been tremendously consistent in the overall picture being cold rain Saturday and then changing over to this threat for freezing rain and sleet late Saturday night through the first half of Sunday. So that's the ice threat, is really Sunday, late Saturday night, Sunday. So if you've got to get out and get stuff done Saturday, get where you need to be by late Saturday afternoon. You'll be good. Just be cool Saturday night and Sunday. Stay where you are. Get a refreeze Sunday night and a Monday with a hard freeze. So weather impact alerts in effect through Monday morning because of the cold coming in on Monday morning. Outside right now, it's cloudy. Temperatures are coolish. It's 58 in Conroe, Sugar Land 64, Pearland 62. East breeze. That is of note, because what we have is a strong north wind behind that front east breeze here. There's actually a little piece of surface low pressure building right there over Del Rio. That is going to have impacts on how the cold weather moves in here to Houston overnight and tomorrow. There's the cold front, 61 at Bush. Amarillo's at 5 degrees. It's -2 at Dodge City. So bitterly cold back behind the Arctic front. Closer view. Here is Texas. Again, Houston 61. Austin, that's interesting. Temperature has just dropped about 6 degrees since I set this up like 5 minutes ago. So it looks like the front has reached Austin. They've got a north wind there now, dropping to 58. Dallas 36, Abilene 27, Lubbock 17, Amarillo is at 5. I mentioned the wind. So north wind behind the front, we're getting an east breeze now at the surface here. So that tells us low pressure is forming near Del Rio, and in fact we can see it turning on the surface wind profile. There's the north wind behind the cold front. Here's the east wind. It's all being pulled in right there. Low pressure area is curlicuing up right here. What this will do as that surface low moves across South Texas into the Gulf is that it's going to pull down the coldest of the air first into West Texas. So Del Rio is going to drop below freezing before we do here in Houston. In fact, probably see Laredo drop below freezing even before we do here in Houston because of that low pressure circling the winds. It's going to pull the coldest air in behind it first, and then eventually it all pulls it into Houston. But it's going to take a little time. Here's Hudson Bay Low. Remember this guy? Hudson Bay Low is still parked here over Hudson Bay. When you get this feature stuck, it is a cold weather pattern for the United States, because that low pressure with the big counterclockwise rotation just pulls down cold air shot after cold air shot. And we've had that for the last, really it's been like this for the last couple of months. It really focused the last 2 weeks, and it's been stuck like that for the past 2 weeks. So they're having a bitter cold winter season across the Great Lakes and the Northeast and the Ohio Valley and the upper Mississippi Valley. It's been a brutal early winter, and it's looking like it's going to be one of the coldest up there on record in the last 40 years. If you factor in the forecast cold that is coming over the next couple of weeks, there are more shots of cold air forecast to come on down. So that's pulled the cold air down, and then that's our storm system. Now, it's centered out here over the Baja. What it's doing is it's throwing out little pieces of energy out ahead of it. So every time these little disturbances come out ahead of it in the upper level flow, with that cold air undercutting the upper flow, you're getting rain, but again, it's cold enough at the surface, and it's turning it into this. Latest radar loop over the past 2 hours, cold rain in Dallas. Got some rain just to the north of southeast Texas, and then the pink, so the purple is sleet, the pink is freezing rain, the blue and white is snow. Zoom in a little bit. It's now, Wichita Falls gone from sleet to snow. Getting close to Dallas, that frozen mix. And then I-20 corridor, Abilene west to Midland, that's going to get icy here pretty quickly. That's ice there between Abilene and Brownwood. Dallas, just north of you, Decatur now mixing over to sleet. Dallas still has a cold rain. They're at 36. They're still above freezing there in Dallas. Not for long. Houston. So what we've done is we put in actual temperatures. These are actual measured temperatures by our weather instruments across the area, and we're plotting it along with radar. So we'll be able to know exactly when we reach freezing at the surface and what the precip is there. Right now it's all green. I mean, it's all rain up here at College Station. Navasota's at 63, Conroe's at 58, Bush 61, all mild. But when we get into Saturday night and Sunday, this map will come in very handy to know exactly what the temperature is in relation to what is falling from the sky. Winter storm warning now in effect for the greater Houston metro, all of Harris County and surrounding counties. That's Saturday through Sunday. Light icing possible, power interruptions, and icy bridges and overpasses are looking likely. At least some power outages and widespread bridges and overpasses getting icy. What about up north? So you guys up here, Polk, San Jacinto, Walker County, and north of you into the Piney Woods, that is an ice storm warning. So that's more trouble for you. That means we're expecting higher ice accumulations on bridges and on power lines and tree limbs. So you get the ice accumulating on the power line of the tree limbs, especially those tree limbs. They'll get heavy, they'll bend, they can break onto power lines, they can touch power lines, causing them to arc, and you get a higher power outage threat because of that. Let's walk through it. This is 3 a.m. Saturday morning, so in a few hours from now. Light rain across Houston, rain and thunder back towards central Texas. Those are some strong thunderstorms coming in ahead of this first push of cold. 6:30 Saturday morning, wet and stormy is what we'll call it, but it's all liquid. Huntsville 39, College Station 37. Temperatures stay just above freezing, maybe a frozen mix. Huntsville, Livingston, 9 a.m. Saturday. The rest of us are all liquid, but it's getting cold. 40s by 9 a.m. as the rain exits and that gusty north wind builds in. That's a stormy mid-morning Galveston, Angleton, Liberty. By noon, it's pushing further east. Rain ends. Temps begin to drop more. We'll go into Saturday, 6:30 in the evening. Here comes round two of the precip, and now freezing temperatures forecast for Huntsville, near freezing College Station. That's where the icing threat begins after sunset. 9 p.m., a little bit more of the area under an icing threat. Northern Austin, Washington County, northern Waller, all of Grimes, northwest Montgomery, Walker, Polk, San Jacinto, Houston counties. Near freezing with precip coming down. So icy bridges and overpasses become a real possibility even by 9 o'clock in the northwest counties. By midnight, pushing a little closer to places like Conroe and Tomball, still forecasting rain for Houston. There's the Beltway, just to set your bearings. And then this is 3 a.m. And so again, here's Beltway 8. So just north and west of downtown, now in the pink algorithm saying we're right near freezing. Sugarland at 33, Hobby at 35. So yeah, you could begin to see some icing on bridges and overpasses. I-45 North Harris County, 59, 290, 249, I-10, 90, 59, 69. Middle of the night. This is where you just want to be at home watching us on Plus, either on your TV or on your phone. Download it. Sunday morning, 5:30. Again, hovering near freezing Harris County. We talked about the uncertainty being larger than normal because of the shallow nature of this Arctic air mass. That's just the way it is. Models have a hard time seeing the really shallow, really cold air masses and interpolating them into their model outputs. So there may very well likely be some what shall we say, some swings in how far that icing actually gets. And then it's done before noon on Sunday, and maybe even a little bit of sun comes out. So again, the ice threat, if we get up to a 1/4 of an inch, power lines and tree limbs should be able to take most of that. The roads will be an absolute mess. Even with a 1/10 of an inch, you get ice on the roads. Between the 1/4 and a 75, a little more in the way of a power outage threat. Travel, just no. Everything gets iced up. And then over 75, 1/100 of an inch, you get a significant power outage threat. And we've got that forecast for Palestine. Lufkin at a 1/2 inch, Waco at a 1/2 inch. You're between a 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch. So a significant power outage threat further north. Huntsville, a 1/4 inch. You're getting close to that area where we get greater power outage threats. Houston forecasting a 1/10. That's about double what the models were forecasting yesterday. And I told you my concern is that, we're just being grazed by this monster of a winter storm. We get 9/10 of an inch accumulating on power lines and trees in Houston, Harris County, and it is 1 million plus without power. We get a 1/10, we're okay. Numbers won't be that bad, and the folks who repair the lines will have a much easier time getting out and repairing quickly the lines that do come down. So the difference between not bad and really bad is only about 80 miles. That is, in computer model land, that is nothing. So we got to watch it like a hawk. Temperatures. Monday morning's the coldest morning. Models are coming in with 20 at Bush, Hobby 22, Galveston 25, 17 College Station. Monday morning is the coldest morning. So it's a hard freeze Monday morning. There may be plenty of water, moisture left on area roads and bridges and overpasses, so likely a refreeze in many spots, making travel really difficult on Monday morning. Because of the cold, extreme cold warnings in effect. Now, extreme cold warning has also to do with the wind chill, so there will be a wind Monday morning, and wind chills of 5 to 15 degrees are forecast. Wind chills Sunday morning in the upper teens and single digits. Wind chills Monday morning, 14 at Bush, 17 Pearland. We're really not used to that here in Houston. So other places, this is not that big a deal. Here in Houston, it is. We're not used to it. Monday morning is going to be another good morning to stay home and let the sun come out and warm up and melt what refreezing ice we have. I do believe that by midday into the afternoon, sunshine will be abundant. It will evaporate the moisture on the bridges. It will warm us to 40 or so, and that will make Monday night cold, but no refreeze Tuesday morning. So we'll be able to get around by Tuesday morning. This is Saturday. Rain with temperatures dropping, especially in the afternoon. Rain and thunder the first half of the day looks likely. And then the weather impact alert for the temperature drop Saturday, for the ice threat Sunday, for the hard freeze Monday, and the overall bitter cold weather that's coming in Sunday and Monday with those. You saw those wind chill factors in the teens, both Sunday evening and Sunday night and Monday night. Sunday morning and Monday morning. So if we do get sun Monday, it'll melt everything. It'll evaporate the moisture. We're still cold. 24 Tuesday morning, but no refreeze. Just a cold start. Travel should be good. And then, it stays cold in the morning, 38 Wednesday, 38 Thursday. I want to point out Friday, 38, 57 showers. There's another little impulse coming in with some cold air. Some of the models next Saturday give us a burst of snow next Saturday. I really don't even want to go there right now. We'll get through one winter storm at a time here in Houston. That's where we stand. Just to remind you, a couple of things. We will be giving live updates very often on Plus on your TV and download it. Download the app on your phone, and you can get Plus and get all our live updates, and then you can go back and watch them. If you miss them live, they're always there, all weekend long. We've got Sunday, you've got AFC, NFC Championship game. We are airing one of them. Do you know which one we're airing, Mia? AFC. Okay, so we've got AFC Championship game on our air Sunday. What kickoff is? It's 2:30. So bottom line is, what we're going to do is on the TV side, our plan is to air the game. We're not going to preempt the AFC Championship game. It will be on Channel 11 on TV playing. 2 o'clock kickoff time, our time Sunday.
Patriots versus the Broncos.
Pats Broncos. And but what we will be doing simultaneously is that we will be live on the Plus app on your TV and on your phone. So you can watch the game on our air, watch our live coverage to see if your neighborhood's getting ice and what the aftermath is in the icy morning on Sunday morning. So that's how we're going to play it. And our next live update comes up in a little bit on KHOU 11 News at 10. We'll see you then for our next live broadcast.